Not fair. Broken gargantuan spirit tip. Ain't that something? Would have been absolutely humongous. Maybe it was just a preform. And they napped it so hard that they broke them off something. What a bummer. Oh well. I don't know if I'll recover it or if I'll just take pictures instead, right? Even got the shadow in the background on the left. What you know about that? Thought that was a piece. But maybe that is instead. Let me go ahead and take a quick look at this. I see a curve on something. Oh, it is. Look at that. Huh. Weird. We're in kind of a drought. It rained just a little bit out here last night from what the forecast said. Not the main reason I came out here. I just came out here to chill. It's been a good day so far. And it's late. But the thing is, I told you about this before in my videos. Would I have recovered this stuff? Whatever I see today, whatever I lay my eyes on, would I have recovered this? Or seen it? Earlier or later? Like I tell you all the time, you are where you are. You gotta rejoice in it. Take advantage of the situation that you're in. For good or for bad, you know. Use the bad to make the good. Use the bad to create the good, that is. And take the good and just keep on going with it. Within your life. Where you are is where you are. Whatever step you take, whatever direction you go, is going to lead you to something. And you got to know what it is. Because you probably won't notice it at another time. So you got to keep a lookout. At that perspective, that angle that you're in right now. If only you knew what I was talking about. Thought I saw some old farming logs I can recover later. So add to a shed or something. Like it came from an old home site. Deep out in the woods or something. I don't have too far to go up in here. Don't worry, I already looked at that earlier. That is a rock. But it looks like a giant shard of you know what. A long time ago, there used to be a lot of gravel bars out here. Now it's nothing but this kind of stuff. Which I have no problem with because I know how to read out here. I know how to read the curves, the geometries, to tell me what's legit and what's not. Let's hope we don't miss too much on the way up there. Whatever is on the way up there, it's just a spot to turn around. I mean, look how low the sun is getting. It's like 5 o'clock. I better hurry up and get on out of here before the coyotes, take action against intruders. And their heavenly spots. Oh boy, I was sitting there thinking about that a long time ago, this concept I had. When it comes to like the times of your life, when you're living and all, when you're moving around. when you're moving objects. Oh, beautiful. When you're doing things. That's so beautiful. Toothpaste from 1989. Maybe it's JB Weld. Hasn't been used up yet. Huh. Any half intact pots? Shut your mouth. Maybe if I speak backwards like that from now on and tell me to shut myself up, then it will appear. And then we'll grab that thing, recover it, before it's smashed to smithereens. Shut your mouth. Beautiful out here. Summer's right around the corner. Got a couple more days before that time hits. And then the sun starts going backwards in the horizon. According to my YouTube video entitled, Stone Mountain Time Lapse, whatever it's going to be. According to that, it tells truth. Got to pick up anything that's black. It could be anything at all that's magnificent. I saw a curve on something. Could be a piece of glass, and it's a piece of barcode, right? There's a curve right here. What do we have here? Probably a piece of wood. Oh yeah, that's a cool piece right there. Okay. Plastic or glass? Glass. You're gonna say recover that thing. No, the laws of nature are having a good time with that piece of glass right there. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it for somebody else to find. Looks like a point to me. I wish it was. I'm looking for the curves. I'm not going to say that I'm a little bit bummed that the springtime is about to come to an end. I'm not going to say that because we're always looking for all the seasons, right? Especially me. I told myself coming up here, you're just wasting your time. You're just going to find a couple of shards of pottery. That was it. I hope that doesn't come true. I hope it's going to be 27 shards of pottery. How about that? I just saw something. You saw it too. Like a bottle I've never seen before, probably plastic. Look at that thing right there. Art Deco. It's class. Look. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. Let me look. Check out this Art Deco thing right here. Dang. Add it to the pocket. I'm a man of art and architecture. Look at that. Never seen a bottle like that before. You bottle experts going to say, hey man, hey, that's just Da Vinci. Hey, listen, man. That's just from like the 80s. That's a reproduction. What was it though? It's got a small thing on it. Could have been cologne. You say aftershave. That's what you do when it's aftershave right here. Like you did back in 1961. You take the aftershave, you take the lid off, and you put a finger over it, and you do this. This is aftershave right here. Dang. A bottle to collect, for real. I normally don't collect a lot of bottles like I used to. Shake it out. Oh, look at that thing. Yeah, dang. You talk about a different kind of time difference than this stuff right here. I know it's going to take all day to get it out. Let me go ahead and keep on moving. Hold on. Yeah, but I was thinking about this concept a long time ago when it comes to like the different times of your life, especially when you're younger, And what do I mean by when you're younger? Like when you're a teenager, when it comes to the jobs that you have in your life. if you choose to work at that time. When you have to get a job when you're like 17, 16 years old. And I always experience like the negativity within the people at the, there's a broken piece. What a good day indeed. We'll leave it. Never found a point here before. Well, I found two. And that's just a broken, busted one. Bam. And one thing that got me was that, the way they act at the job, the way they do things at the job, the way they kind of like act negatively is what I'm trying to say. Act differently. Have an attitude about the job that they have, even at a young age. You know you're going to work your way out of it. So why do you have to act all crazy? I know a lot of it has to do with like the way people treat people at a job that's less desirable is what I'm trying to say. But this concept of mine made me think differently about that when it comes to your life. I know a lot of it has to do with the way people are treated though. Like I'm a big pusher when it comes to trying to get people who work in the fast food industry, lower income industries. I'm a big fan of trying to get them higher pay so they have an equal opportunity when it comes to that kind of thing. They're not on the bottom of the totem pole because they have to deal with so much when it comes to other people coming into the place. All that disrespect, I would just stand there and just record in my mind how customers treat those type of people. Just to see if they can get a rise out of them, see if they can get some free food, to see if they can start a fight, argument, to see if they can sue the store, sue the restaurant, whatever. Thank you, Lord. Da Vinci's talking again today. Yes, indeed. Just don't break. Yeah, but think about that. For a while, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you deserve much more pay because of severance pay to deal with the crap from the customers. But what if every customer was nice? Would you deserve more pay? Ask yourself that question. It's danger pay. What do you call that kind of danger pay? I forgot what they call it. Hazard pay or something like that. Where they had to jack up the income for the people who had to work during the COVID times. They got extra pay, hazard pay, whatever they call it. They got extra pay to deal with that. So why doesn't the government, why doesn't the companies out there, why don't they treat it the same way? As I'm looking for some more history out here. Never lost again. Maybe they're not going to allow the waters get high, get out of this little drought of ours until I collect what needs to be collected. Because I prayed so hard for it. Shut your mouth. Yeah, but think about this little concept that I had. It has to do with your life when you're younger, even a lot younger than you are now, when you're a teenager. Let's just turn the clock back a little bit further. Let's say 5, 6, 7 years old, okay? This will put you in a different kind of mindset when it comes to this kind of thing. Because I know it speaks volume in your soul, your life, on how you developed. Now think about this. When you were 5, 6 years old, and your great-grandmother or your grandmother was talking about the things that she did when she was a teenager, what about your grandpa, your great-grandpa, your great-great-grandpa? And they were just sitting you on the lap, telling you stories about the things they did when they were like 17, 16 years old, 15 years old, 22. It was like the smallest job you could imagine. I worked in a barber shop. I swept the floors. I swept up all the hair when I was 16 years old. I worked at this restaurant. I worked at this counter. I worked at the Walgreens down the road back in 1931. I worked at Woolworths. I was a cashier. It was a low-paying job. But you know what? When you're that young, and you're hearing your grandparents, the ones that you look up to, you're listening to your great-grandpa tell you the stories. You thought that was a magical moment. You looked up to that. You respected it. You thought it was the greatest thing ever. Grandpa drove a trash truck, a garbage truck. That's the coolest thing ever, Mom. Grandpa told me the greatest story of what he did in his 30s after the war. He drove a delivery truck. He delivered milk for $2 an hour. Drove 380 miles a day. That's the coolest thing. So what am I trying to get at? Like, why don't you try to think like that backwards these days? When you're younger. A teenager. Starting your life off. You got a new job. I know it's not much. You don't get paid a lot. You might be bagging groceries, whatever. You organize things in a bag to make the customers happy. But why don't you work in a way where you respect what you do? So you have stories to tell to your great-grandkids and help build their life. Come on, little guy. Come on. Don't worry, it's just me. Sitting there just struggling. Drive for a little bit. Come on. Here we go. Good luck cheating the rest of your life. However long it is. Yeah, but that's what I want to see more often. Put more drive in your doings when it comes to your little jobs that you have when you're younger. That's it. That's all. Do the best that you can and make life better for everybody. Even if they give you kind of disrespect when you're working, why don't you use that to your advantage to make you stronger? Instead of get angry. Instead of quitting. Because you know there's always going to be something that comes back. And what if that's going to be you? What if that's going to be your memories that are going to help out your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your kids, and help them move along their own lives to live a more fulfilling life, that is. Yeah, just ponder on that for a little while. I know what you're going to say. You're going to argue that today times are different. When your great-grandma told you stories about what they did, you thought that was the worst thing possible. Why don't you think differently about that then? Turn things back. Try to make them feel at least that they did something really nice back when they were 15 years old in a tapestry store off of Peachtree Street in 1928. Oh, this has got to go up in the woods right here. Can't let this float out of here. Someone needs to come find this thing 1,400 years from now. Sink it lower. Someone's going to come back looking for it. I already know. I know, just like insignificance. Very tiny. Nothing major. Just broken pieces of the puzzle. Puzzle of time out here, that's it. Wonder where the rest of it is. Almost stepped on it. How does he see that kind of stuff, Bobby? I just do. This one happens to be a perfect triangle. Even had this design on it. Look at that. Beautiful. Dang, you talk about a perfect triangle. Look how the lost nature broke this pot. Dang. Perfect on all sides. Huh. Seems like it's going to be the last piece. Time to turn back. To go where, I don't know. Just home. The heck is that thing? The head and the arms and the leg is missing. What the? Let's go ahead and save him. All gone except one thing. Turns into something else. Well, dang. I know I prayed and asked them for 2 fully intact pots. I guess I should have been more specific about the date range, that is. Found them right next to each other, about 300 feet back. Flipped upside down in the mud. Thanks for the perfect recovery. Thanks for the perfectly intact pots. Maybe next time I'll say pre-1000 AD. Check out this bow tie right here. Or piece of iron. I just walked up on this thing. Is that a piece of metal? Or is that a bow tie? Looks like it's been sitting out here for a while. Time to flip things over. The heck is that thing? Looks like a piece of cast iron to me. But you know what? I'm no dummy. That is a piece of soapstone. out here? What the heck did I just stumble upon at this late hour? I know I haven't found many things at all for 2022. I have never recovered such an item until now. Add it to the museum pile. For real though, let's rejoice in this recovery. Who knows what else is out here for the next 2 hours.